Hey everyone, my name's Bobby.
And I'm Tyler.
And this is the road to Gen Con. We are a couple of self-proclaimed nerds who have never been to a gaming convention before, as crazy as that sounds. So we've decided that we are going to document our journey from start to finish.
And we figured there's gotta be more people out there like us, so we're enlisting the help of you experienced congoers to show us how it's done.
So the last time we talked about how to get your badges to Gen Con so you can actually get into the convention. So if you want to know how that works, you can check out the last video, link here, about how to get your badges to Gen Con. But since that video, we've learned a couple of things that we thought you guys might need to know about buying badges that we know now that we didn't know then.
Right, so one thing we learned is that the pre-registration for Gen Con is only up to, is it June 22nd?
June 19th.
June 19th. Yeah, so there's a couple of reasons why that matters. So the first is that after June 19th, the prices for Gen Con to get your passes are going to go up. So you really, if you can, you want to get your badges before June 19th so you can pay the discounted rate. Also, if you want to get the badges shipped to you and you don't want to have to wait in line and pick them up at the convention, you have to register to get your badges before that June 19th deadline.
Another thing that we learned was that kids under the age of 8 get into the convention for free. So that's great, but you have to register your child to get into the convention.
So if you do decide to get your badges mailed to you, Gen Con says that they'll mail the badges out within 3 weeks of the deadline, so after June 19th. So you should be getting them somewhere around late June, early July-ish. But they say if you don't get your badges within 2 weeks before the event, before Gen Con, then you need to call Gen Con customer service to figure out what's going on.
Right, and that should be, so by the end of July, basically,
right.
you should have it, and if you don't, call customer service. So that's that. I wanted to do a quick lodging update.
Right.
Okay, right. So we found out after we ordered all of our badges, after we recorded last episode, that the lodging for the Gen Con housing block opened up 2 days later on January 24th. We've had a couple of really awesome people that actually offered us to say, hey,
Yeah.
if you weren't able to get into housing and lodging, you know, some people were saying, I've got some reservations that I'm not going to be using anymore. One person, I think Eric Demage, he actually said that he could help us hook us up with someone he might have known there or something like that. So just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's offering to help us out with lodging. We did get some, and I recorded some of it and got a quick little video here that I wanted to show you guys of how that process went.
And I'm hitting the record button now. So let's go to the Gen Con website. Housing and travel, let's click on that. So what it says, to book your reservation, visit your My Housing page. Ooh, nice countdown. It says it opens up in 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Every 2 tickets to your name gives you the ability to reserve 1 hotel room. All right, guys, we got 5 seconds, 4, 3. Getting your access time, please be patient. This may take a moment. It says that it'll take a moment, but it's taken a long time. And it looks like I have been assigned a time, and it is in 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 45 seconds. All right, I'm back. Looks like I can book. So we're not too picky about what sort of hotel we're gonna get. Free continental breakfast, free Wi-Fi, free coffee. It looks like all the only options we have are a king plus a sofa bed. We will have to alternate who is sleeping on the sofa bed and who's sleeping on the king. Thank you, your reservation is complete. Close. See, here's the hotel. There was one that was closer right around here, but I thought, you know, here's the interstate right here. Boom, takes us right there. All right, well, there we go.
So that's how it went, and we've got our hotel. One thing that I thought was crazy, on Reddit, people seem to be really crazy about getting downtown lodging. Like, everyone is all over Reddit, like saying, oh my God, I did not get downtown lodging, and I'm going to fail at everything.
I know, maybe Redditors just know how to drive. Maybe Indianapolis traffic is terrible.
Are we going to have a terrible time because we don't have downtown lodging? I'm kind of, after seeing all that response on Reddit, kind of a little worried. You let us know. You guys know more than we do. So now we're going to move on to our main topic about travel, how to get to Gen Con, and also talk a little bit about what are your options if you know, at this point are trying to find lodging and maybe there's not a lot left in the housing block. So with travel, there's really kind of like 2, maybe 3 options for travel realistically, right? You've got
flying,
and
then driving. Your 2 big ones.
Yeah, and then I think someone also mentioned maybe taking a train or a bus.
Yeah. Thanks, Eric Dimash.
Those are good suggestions. I mean,
yeah,
I've never taken a train before, and buses.
Right. Well, Sheldon Cooper seems to like trains, and he knows what he's talking about.
Sure. The 2 things that we were kind of balancing are, should we fly or should we drive?
Right. You're really balancing the convenience of flying, get there a lot faster, or driving. It'd take longer, but it might be a little bit cheaper.
Everybody's priorities are going to be a little bit different, right?
Right.
Our priority was cost. We crunched the numbers, and we figured altogether we'd probably be paying for travel in a car no more than $90 to $100.
Yeah.
That looks a lot better than the plane ticket prices. So,
right.
And bonus, road trip.
Woo!
Yes!
So we decided to drive, but if you do decide to fly, one thing that we found on Reddit was Reddit user Brucein recommended that if you are going to fly, don't take a lot of books, all your Shadowrun books or whatever books you're going to bring. He claims that they might look suspicious going through the scanner. So that's something to note, that it might slow you down while you're going through security.
Keep them at home. Load PDFs on a tablet. So now that the rush for lodging is over, and what if you still don't have lodging? You know, what options do you have? Just because you missed the rush doesn't mean the Gen Con housing block is not an option. There are still hotels. They might not be downtown hotels. They might be further away, but they're still hotels. The benefit of going through the Gen Con housing block is their discounted hotel prices. So check those out, and they're always changing. Some people will not need their reservation anymore, and they give it up. Go on to the housing portal on the Gen Con website and check it out. Just see what's there. Maybe get on a waiting list.
Yeah, and even if you go on there and there's nothing available, or if there's nothing you want, there are still regular hotels available that aren't part of the Gen Con housing block.
Absolutely, excellent point.
Yeah, so if you want to check there might be something closer that you want, might be something downtown. You never know. So just make sure you don't limit yourself to only thinking you have to stay at Gen Con places. Yes, another option is Airbnb. It's a little bit more unconventional than a standard hotel.
It's becoming a lot more conventional.
Yeah.
Though, more and more.
Definitely, yeah. And so, a lot of people, especially downtown, might have it, maybe really close to the convention center. So that's something definitely, check out. And that's something that will change, month to month as people, will be listing their houses. So make sure you keep an eye on that. Oh, yeah, and another option, of course, if you have friends or family that live up in Indianapolis, ask them if you can stay for a couple of days. You can always guilt them into it if you haven't seen them in a little while,
Right. Tell Grandma Betty that, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, and maybe if you let me stay there, we'll get to have some dinner together. So the final option is the sleeping bag option, all right? Because I looked at Google Maps, and there's a state park like a block away. So pack up your sleeping bag, get yourself a little pop tent, and hide in the bushes over there, and you're like in walking distance, and it's 100% free. It does come with a risk of being arrested. Bring your camouflage sleeping bags.
Right. Get some Shadowrun roleplay going on.
Right, exactly. But most importantly, you didn't hear this recommendation from us.
So, Bobby, we're driving up there, and other people might be too. So what do we do about parking?
Right, excellent question. On the Gen Con subreddit, I saw some people talking about this service that I'd never heard of before called parkwiz.com. We're not getting sponsorship from Parkwiz, all right? This is just something that I heard of, and I think we're going to use it, is you go on there and you put in a city and a time frame, and it shows you parking spots, basically, and you can reserve parking for an area. So I think that's something that we should do.
Right.
To make, since we know we're driving.
Yeah, that would be great to not have to worry about it while you're at the convention, not have to worry about parking.
If you are going to skip reservations and you're just going to go in and look for a parking spot, you probably should try to get to the convention every day as early as you can to look for a parking spot. So that's it. I think we covered travel and lodging pretty well.
Yeah.
We figured out that we're driving to the convention. We're going to road trip. Yeah. And we are staying in a hotel. We got our hotel, and we also were able to find out how it is that you guys can get some hotels if you haven't already. I wanted to, before we go, give a quick shout out to some Reddit users who helped us out. First one we already mentioned is Brusan on Reddit. He gave us some really detailed advice on Gen Con, and I really appreciated it. I think we're going to actually use a lot of his advice to kind of give us a roadmap for how the future videos in coming months are going to be. The other shout I wanted to give was to Russell Z on Reddit, who also gave us a lot of really good advice. And if I remember correctly, Russell Z is the handle for Russell Zimmerman on Reddit, who is the Shadowrun freelance author.
Ooh.
Shadowrun is our favorite tabletop RPG. Thanks to you and Bruce on Reddit, gave us some really awesome advice. Is going to help us out with some future videos.
Definitely.
So, Tyler, what's the next video going to be about next month?
Yeah, so it's all going to be about getting tickets to events while at Gen Con.
Right, tickets. You got to get those because that's where the fun happens.
Exactly. So, as always, we want your guys' opinion and help figuring this stuff out. So, what kind of tickets are the best? Are there generic tickets? Are those better to get than like specific tickets to events? Right. What's the better way to get into the events we want to get into?
We have no idea how they work.
Right, exactly.
So do you need like multiple tickets, or where do you sign up for tickets?
Yeah, where do you pick them up? Do they get mailed to you, or do you pick them up there?
This is our first time going to something like this, so help us out. Leave your comments and your advice in below. You can also email me at gmfunkytown. You can contact me on Twitter at gmfunkytown also. This has been really, really fun. Our second video, we figured out how we're going to get there, figured out where we're going to stay. It's marching forward.
Right.
We're getting closer by the month.
Yeah, it's happening. We're really excited. We can't wait to, as it gets closer, we get more in depth.
So, as always, we'll catch you next month on our next episode of Road to Gen Con. Bye-bye. Don't knock it. Oh, God. Don't knock the table too hard. Is what I was about to warn you about, and then I did it. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I'm out of breath already.
Oh, I think I see something wrong.
What is it?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Oh, my God. I have to shoot myself. I can't see the monitor, though, because the blanket's hanging away.
Did you get the right. I can see it.
I've got to move it. I think Russell Z is Russell Zimmerman.
Ooh.
Who is... Doorbell's ringing!
Huh?
Stacy, is that a package? We have our production assistant, Stacy, checking deliveries. There was a doorbell though, right? If there's a person there, don't answer. What was it?
What?
Pizza card. Children. Fundraising.
Card made of pizza?
Okay. Great.
Good job, Stacey. Ask specifically for Bobby Frankenberg to come to the door.
Yeah. If you come back later, I promise you, Bobby will buy something from you. Now you all know that I'm a miserly child hater. So what we were saying, it was Russell Z, right?